Welcome back, guys. We are here in the finals, and what a completely insane finals it has been so far.
Indeed. I can kind of see why Parting said either he's going to 4-0 or Life is going to 4-0. What if Parting's plans are all like what we've already seen here today?
Artosis, I think there's a very, very high chance that we're going to see only strategies like this.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Because we never really hear interviews before a finals where someone says either I'm going to 4-0 or he's going to 4-0. That's sort of a weird thing to say, right?
Yeah.
Either I'm going to crush him or I'm going to be completely, shut down.
Yeah.
But now we see why.
Well,
making gates in the main, that is about as cheesy as you can get. Doing multiple cannon rushes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like playing hatchery whack-a-mole back there with cannons.
It truly was.
And Life barely got out of that. Barely survived that. But I feel like the longer a series goes on when you're doing strategies like this, the harder and harder they get to pull off.
Yeah.
Normally when you see a best of 7, about 2 games might look something like game number 2 we saw back there, right?
Yeah.
There's something that's completely insane and is outside of a professional gaming metagame. But I can't think of a series that you and I have casted in GSL where the first 2 games looked like that.
It doesn't happen.
Normally you have 1 or 2 games that are crazy, then a standard one, they're feeling each other out. Not the case here. Game number 3 is now loaded up here in this year's first GSL Code S Finals. In the center left, in the purple, he is
Yo Flash Whoops Parting.
And in the upper right, in the yellow, our Zerg player.
KT Roster Live.
This is so sick, guys. Again, get out there. Hashtag GSL. Post on Facebook, Reddit, Team Liquid, everywhere. Twitter. Get people involved. Take an Instagram picture of your computer that you're watching on, or your TV or your Barcraft, whatever.
Get on Weibo, anything you're using.
Seriously. This is
put it on MySpace, whatever you got.
Now you can skip MySpace, but everything else. But seriously, what a sick finals so far. It's been so exciting, so crazy. And look, I'm sure a lot of people are like, uh-oh, Life's going to run away with it. But you know what? He started 2-0 against Hero, right?
That is true.
If I recall correctly, you did.
Now let's really pay close attention to how Parting's going to play here. The build might start out looking normal, but it could deviate very quickly, especially with Parting.
Certainly. And he is a deviant Protoss, so I would imagine that it would deviate. Like, this guy is shown us some dirtiness today, and I think he'll continue the trend. For this map in particular, do you want to try to go for a macro game on a map where if they go Roach Hydra, it can be very difficult to hold on that third base? Or do you do something, you fall back on like a 2-base all-in? And that's something that Parting in the past has shown. No one can execute a 2-base all-in against Zerg as well as he can. That's a fact.
True.
It's a proven fact. You look it up, it's in the dictionary. Now, that's where they keep those, right?
Yeah, that's exactly where they keep those. Now, when you look at just Life's playstyle in general, and it wouldn't be in this series because this has been the weirdest series, so far the weirdest finals we've casted yet.
His sign said he lied to his girlfriend to get here to the finals.
Yes.
So that's a true fan right there, man.
That is.
It was a good choice,
and also
too.
an epic beard as well.
Yeah.
Now, let's see here. The ways that Parting can play this, you're right. To go back to what you were saying earlier, Tosis, you're right. He is very good at the 2-base timing, all-in stuff. The way Life's games normally work, he just wins on engagements. I mean, he's playing very solid, but usually he sees, oh, there's a group of units that are isolated, I'll run in there with Zerglian surrounded, or maybe there's a hole in his defense, I'll run into his main and kill him. But Parting opened up in such a way that Life would never have the opportunity to play like that. He was making Life play by his own rules, and Life won with him.
Well, you got to live life by your own rules, Tasteless. See Polt and San here watching. By the way, this is obviously looking very aggressive from Life to not pull off gas and get a Roach Horn this early. If Parting were doing something very quick and aggressive, he would get slaughtered here. But if Parting sits back and defends this well, like if Parting goes 2 gates next, instead of like a Forge or a Tech building, that can make it very hard for Life to do anything with this build.
Yeah, there's a chance that Life is going to try to beat Parting a little bit at Parting's own game, the previous 2 games at least.
Robo. That really points towards a 2-base all-in.
Yep. Now there's 6 roaches being made, and Zergling Speed's about to finish. Life is not playing your typical Zerg game. There is a probe out here scouting, and he should be aware that the fact that there's no third base here in the obvious third base locations, that's a pretty big indicator that you need to start defending back at home.
He's going to need gateways, man. Like really badly, he's going to need those gateways up at the front. He needs to be warping in more units. You will never hold this with a sentry or 2 sentries. No, it just won't happen.
No cannons here at all. A lot of roaches coming his way. And yeah, you're 100% right, Artosis. I mean, he needs to really get this wall in up here. Now notice, normally when you see Zergs do this, they make a bunch of roaches and then follow it up with only lings, because the lings can reinforce a little bit quicker. It's a very specific timing attack. And I don't think Parting could survive this. I think Parting going into a normal game, Life's already turned the tables here. I don't think there's enough actually to defend.
Yeah, he actually has his sentry in the main base trying to kill an Overlord. Nothing, that doesn't matter right now. All that matters is trying to hold on. Oh, and he gets in. Okay, not that many lings, so he can't save these sentries.
To get a sentry.
Oh, he killed a sentry! I cannot believe he just got that.
The Nexus cannon's been activated. Party is just continuously warping in buildings to try to just build a wall over here.
This is exactly what he needs to do right now. Beautiful walls over and over and over. Can he hold on? Keeping these probes up here. He's so unsure as to whether or not he can hold.
Oh my god, this is getting so close here with the micro. The sentry does survive here. The Wallen is still up. Warp gate is done. He needs to warp in some more units here.
Oh man, nothing but lings rallied over these roaches, getting a ton of work done. A sentry warped in. That is huge. Beautiful force field there, letting just a couple units up to kill off. And I mean, Parting may end up holding, but with only 2 gates.
The Immortal's almost out. The Immortal is almost out here, although it's mostly lings that are coming in here to reinforce.
There's not going to be another roach made, so, I mean, the Immortal's still important, but these lings all over his sentries. He cannot be losing sentries here.
Oh, man, only 2 sentries remaining now. The Immortal's going to come down here. As far as probes remaining, it's actually 25-20 here with Zerg with less workers.
He has got to somehow refill these holes in his wall right now. It's like a ship taking on water, Tasteless. This is really bad. No Nexus cannon at the moment. It's going to be there in 15 seconds, but that's not going to be quick enough. He needs to get down this ramp.
The Nexus is getting too low, but that second force field is lasting just long enough. He needs to come down now and save this Nexus. The lings are being warped around here. We can see Parting attempting to begin a wall-in up here. The force fields might be good enough.
This could be an absolutely fantastic hold. Still a lot of speedlings on the map. If Parting can end up holding this and making this wall go back up, he can win this game. We only have 20 drones here, Tasteless.
Yeah. He's coming down now, trying to do any damage he can.
Just an absolutely crazy hold by Parting here by the skin of his teeth. And it looks like it's drone time for Life.
Yeah, the game goes on.
Oh my god,
now,
I got the sickest chills.
Two base on first 2 base right now. Zerg is in a huge deficit. Zerg's always supposed to be a base ahead. So this is really bad. We see that Zerg's now got 33 workers to the 27 here at Parting, but Parting is obviously going to be chrono boosting out more and more probes here. Parting with a more developed tech tree. Already now getting +1 attack as well. Life has some serious catching up to do.
This is really good for Parting right now, Tasteless. The fact that he has an observer, seeing the layer, seeing the Roach Warren, he will know exactly what's going on. You know, he's going to see like, oh, okay, you're getting roach speed very quickly, or oh, look at this, an infestation pit, whatever it may be, a Hydralisk den, he's going to know, and he's going to be able to counter that. And I think we're going to see him follow this up with a very powerful 2-base all-in.
I think you're 100% right. All he has to do is wait for Life to take a 3rd base and then come out there and smash it.
Yeah.
He can just let Life sit on 2 base for as long as he wants. Parting's going to be in better shape here.
Yeah, absolutely the case, especially making Immortals, sentries, and whatever.
Zerg is going to have to get another hatchery up here soon.
Yeah,
for this game to go on.
I'm quite sure that he will end up doing so. You know, but a 3rd Immortal on the way. If there is one human who is the best at Immortal pushes, it is Parting.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
And in fact, I think Life is giving that a gigantic nod by making Aspire. I think he's realized that, oh, if I try to even go Hydras here, I'm not going to beat Parting. Not in this situation where I was so low on drones.
Really
for so
good
long.
placement there, by the way, on the Spire.
Oh
Bottom
my
right.
God.
He just drops creep there. It's totally tucked away.
This is going to turn
which
into a
means
base trade.
this could be a game. Now, the tell here should actually just be the spines themselves. All you have to do is send an Overlord over that, and you think, what?
Yeah.
He has to be getting mutas. But if Parting doesn't detect this, there's going to be a ton of mutas that are going to come out of nowhere, and Parting might just not have the necessary defenses to actually hold this.
Yeah, that many spines, man. Even breaking that with Immortals is a tough thing to do. And mutas are going to be something he can't counter. He might be able to beat with his main army heads up, but it's going to have to be a base trade. That's like the only option here, I think, for Parting.
Ling's here to counterattack. And
No.
I don't believe they're going to be able to get up there.
They won't do much anything.
He should do the spines here and know immediately. Now, the Spire's almost done. Now, look how much gas is banked up here. That's about 11 mutas that's going to be coming out here.
Oh, that's big. That is a lot of mutas we make.
That's a lot.
When the minerals are actually hampering your muta count, not the gas, you know that you're in a good spot as far as
Oh
muta
my God,
count
he's
goes.
going to elevator push.
It is the right thing to do. He has this place perfectly. Notice that. He loads in, loads out. This is the quickest you can do it. Really well executed so far, but Life so quickly moving his spines into the main base. They aren't there yet, though, and he moves forward. Look at this. A lot of free kills here with those Immortals.
The mutas are coming out now, but there's enough Stalkers here to push him back. Guardian Shield goes down. Now,
Oh
note,
my
he can
God.
actually go around these Spine Crawlers. He doesn't have to engage us. The berth here is very big. And so he can pick his fights accordingly, isolating the Queens now.
Very well done indeed.
Oh,
the
God, he
mutas.
needs to get that.
They need
He
that
needs
War
to
Prism!
get that!
And it goes down. A huge pickup there by Life. But does he have enough to actually finish off these Stalkers and Sentries?
He's getting pretty low. Guardian Shield is so key here. If he can get rid of these mutas,
The Lings
are
popping out.
really helping out here.
And it looks like Life is going to be able to hold on,
Oh,
but a nice recall there by Parting.
Good job. He actually got back in time.
17 drones left over. He killed 22 during that.
That's insane. And that's to 46
Wow.
probes right now.
Well, Life held on, but does that even matter with such a low drone count? This has to be only Muta and drone from now on from him, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, he's stuck going mutaless, essentially. The mutas are going to try to come around here. Now, there's not ample defense for mutas because, I mean, Parting just did not see that coming, but the elevator push was pretty strong there by him. I think, though, this is going to force Life back, and I don't even know where you want to go in this game from here as Life. I mean, Protoss has a pretty good tech tree. You can match two-base Muta with two-base Stalker pretty easily.
Yeah. He doesn't have Blink, though, and he doesn't have a Stargate, so it's not like a perfect situation. If he had Blink, Life would probably just leave this game.
Probably just leave, yeah.
But, Life is doing his best right now. He's trying to reduce his probe count while he rebuilds his drones. That's also going to keep Parting more likely to stay at home. But Parting is a little bit too smart for this. He knows that Life is super weak right now.
Well, he also knows, I mean, the number of drones that were picked off there, Zerg should be just making drones. If he's not, he's just making mutas, and he's not going to be getting much of a lead here. So he's going to actually just push out here. Then notice he just keeps enough Stalkers back because the mutas can't really fairly engage.
Yeah.
Parting can lose those Stalkers, but Life cannot lose these mutas.
Oh, Life has not repositioned his Spine Crawlers from the main base. That's definitely a big mistake here. It's going to be so easy to punch through in that situation.
Oh, he's got to be careful. Now, he's going to try to go around here. Life, well known for counterattacking. But I believe that Parting just sets up an outpost over here and can just start warping in. And there should be just too much pressure. The defense should pop here from Life. Life going to go for, in his hopes, a base trade.
Well, let's see if he can actually do something here. The Muta's coming in, trying to clear up some of these Stalkers, trying to help him punch through. In the meantime, just a couple Spines going to do absolutely nothing against this massive army of Parting, and he is just going to move straight up Tesla's. I think he's going to take his first game.
He's going to get rid of that hatchery. That's going to put Zerg down to one base. The Mutas, the Lings are coming back here. They need to defend, but this is almost an unwinnable position here, really, for Life. Parting is going to go, if he gets to the heart of the Zerg base and Zerg can't win the fight, I mean, the game, it's as simple as that. The game's over. Oh, that was so good. He's killing all these drones here. This is going to put the drone count down to 8.
2 of which are not mining right now.
Yeah.
Right now we see Life just trying to utilize his Mutalisk Swarm to do anything he can. He does have 17, so anytime that Parting isn't controlling perfectly, these are going to do a lot of damage. That's like the critical mass of Mutas where you can start picking off just about anything if you don't engage the wrong army.
Let's say that the Mutas get back into that base, and it does become a base trade scenario, which I don't think it will, but if it does, you got to keep an eye on those drones, man. There's the only place they can go is run and hide and make hatcheries or extractors.
Well, with only 8 left, I don't know too much that he can actually do. And you see, this is, again, the critical mass of Mutas, where he can actually start engaging things. He's dealing a lot of damage over here.
Harding, a little bit indecisive here. He's kind of thought about going back, which is exactly what Life wants. Life wants his army to run back, and then he just leaves with the Mutas. So now it's going to be one Nexus against one hatchery. The Mutas doing a good job. This may come down to whose buildings are killed first.
Yeah, and it really looks like there's no way the Mutas could possibly win that, right? We don't. Oh, wait, no, we have the hit Inspire. That's going to buy him time. Okay,
oh my God!
We're on the countdown clock to reveal. This is huge right now. Parting thinks he's definitely got this, but until he's revealed, yeah, the GG.
Life taps out.
Wow.
My God.
Wow.
These games are insane.
These are crazy. This is exactly what you want to see in a GSL Code S Finals.
Harding got to be happy with that.
Well, he had to pick up a game right there. You can't reverse all kill. That just happens so infrequently.
Well, Life, it's interesting. He opened up with a strategy similar to what Parting's doing. Just some kind of very aggressive all-in to run in there and try to crush his opponent early on. Harding had a very good hold, by the way. He did not have the equipment necessary to even survive that, and he actually held it by just barricading with pylons, gateways, buying time, good force fields, good control.
He went through an entire Nexus cannon during the engagement, and then waiting 20 seconds for another one, and then basically another one. It was like such a long defense, a well-fought, hard-won defense. But at the end of the day, man, he did end up holding, brought that back beautifully. Fantastic, fantastic series right now.
Man. Well, we're going to go to game number 4 now. Let's see if Parting can actually even this out.
I would love it, man.
Really
I want to see this go to game 7.
Strats they've been picking here for each of these games. I mean, really, it's something else, man. This is like a series like none other.
Yeah. And let's not forget, Iron Fortress is map 7.
Yes.
Well, what a fitting end of the season.
Will we cast our 4th game ever on Iron Fortress? Yeah. You guys will find out depending on how close the series is.
See a lot of players in the booth right now helping out Parting. His pro gamer friends talking about it. What to do next.
Interesting that every cheese here has failed. But led us to, minus game 1, led us to a very interesting mid-game.
Well, you know what? I really like what you say there, but I think that's the story of these two and why these two are such a good match. They're both so good at control and so good with crisis management, which is something we don't talk about enough in StarCraft 2, but there's certain players that are godly with it, like these two, that know in every little situation, no matter how down and dirty the game is, what to do. I mean, it's fantastic, man.
It really is. It really is.
Is it time to sit back and have a macro game now? That's the question.
Yeah. Are they going to turn it off? Are both of them going to turn it off? That's the big question. I mean, we have not seen a normal game here, guys.
No, we have not. Next map, I believe, King Sejong Station?
I think you are correct on that.
We'll see here in just a second. Of course, they do get a little bit of time to chit-chat. This is the biggest match of their lives. GSL Code S.
I'm wondering if Parting can actually start to fully bounce back from this.
I think that this is a guy that has a really solid mindset, so I'm not really too worried about it. Like some players, you know, like for instance, it was really cool to see Dream in his first big league finals last night for SSL, but it's like he hasn't done that enough, and you could see him mentally kind of fall apart by the end. Parting, I think, even if he got 4-0'd, would still be mentally strong playing. I don't think it's that funny.
No, I was just watching this guy try to find where the camera is to point the sign. Well, it is just so packed in here, and I can't say I'm really surprised. I mean, this is such a good finals, and these games, I mean, this is a real treat. Sometimes you have two godlike players duking it out, but the games can be a little bit subpar, right? The games can be just a little bit lackluster. Not this case, not today. And what a treat that really is. You are right. King Sejong Station is going to be map number 4.
Alrighty. KSS, probably, in my opinion, the best StarCraft 2 map ever made. This could actually be like the last time. Is it in Pro League? Actually, I can't even remember now. I'm just all about this match at the moment. This is like This could be a great macro game, basically. This map really lends itself to fantastic late game.
Either Light is going to start a lead that should be nearly impossible for not just Party, but any pro gamer to recover from, a 3-1 lead, or Party is going to even this out. We're essentially going into a best of 3 after that.
Wow. That's what I want, Tasteless.
Me too. Guys, game 4 is loaded up. The map King Stage on station. This is the GS.